told me to get up. Get up to go where? I very much say, why are you here? As I said, the Rex would say, well, it just felt right. Very much say, so you left your kids all alone. No, they're here. They're over there. As she would point her head towards my left as I would turn my head, seeing her chicks over there. Very much, she would say, well, what's, I need help, she says. Need help with what? Well, raising them, of course. I need help raising my children. I can't do it alone. That's why I'm asking for your help. I need you to raise them for me. Not raise them for me, but with me. Fine. I didn't know why I said fine. I didn't know why I was okay with this. But I didn't know this was a process that I very much started a process in a relationship that started to begin. A spark between the two of us. After 1 month of helping her raise her children, very much, let's say, me and her were now close. I would have got her name by now, Rexy. It's a nice name for a Rex, I guess. She was something. Very much, not even a month, not even a week later, we became mates. It was strange. I was kind of confused. But we did. It felt right. And completely we were okay with it. There was nothing wrong with the fact that we are two different species of carnivores. Because, well, really look at the other animals here. Triceratops and Stegosaurus mating with each other now. Then you have so many other animals. Raptors, Carnotaurus, Spinosaurus, mating with raptors. Can you really blame us? We fell in love. What do you expect? And of course I did her. One of the best nights I ever had. I won't explain any more in detail. But very much we became very close. I didn't know why. But we just were something like inseparable. Like a bond that's just been struck. A glow. Still, very much we stick together. Very much all of her children made it out to adulthood. It was something. It's only been 2 years, so what do you expect? As I am in my nice slumber sleep, I'm waking up by my mate as she would say, Zuko, what? I'm trying to sleep. Why are you bothering me? As I would open one of my eyes to look at her, seeing her very beautiful face once more. It always brightened my day. It always does and always will be. There's been new smells in the forest. New smells? Kind of smells. One that reminded me of something that I don't want to remember. As I would get up, very much looking at my mate, as very much I would look at her. She's still that bright light golden brown that she is, with light black stripes going down her body. I would say, what's wrong? There's something out there that I fought once and, well, killed. It was a couple years ago. She was dangerous and unstable, but I could smell her scent. She's in the forest somewhere. I could smell her. She's taunting me. She wants me to come after her. Don't follow it. Huh? Don't fall for her trap. She wants you to confer so she can attack you and surprise you. It's not worth it. I don't want to lose you. I understand, but it ain't worth it. Believe me. You don't want to fight her. Even though she's probably something. I very much see her body loosen up as we would start to walk around. She would go off to her own business, and I'll go off to my own business. Yet we might be mates if we do everything together. We have to have some alone time, right? So as I'm walking, I'm just drinking, I'm just looking around as I find myself finding another Rex. He was big. Bigger than I ever thought he was. He was a bull. As I saw him walking towards me, green and yellow, saw his pelt. We would look at each other as we would roar. Very much he was invaded my territory. The bull would very much look at me as now we saw each other. We were circling each other like no other predator ever did before. There was always some things that we did when we were fighting. As I circled the Rex, he was very much bigger than, almost slightly bigger than Rexy. As I was circling around him, I saw some scars on his muzzle. I was surprised to see there were scars there. Some to my sisters. As we would charge each other, him trying to go for my neck, but me quickly going for it, ramming into him at first. I was pushing back at first, but it looks like he wanted to start to fight back, so he started pushing me back. So I slightly used the force of my legs to completely try to topple him from under. He caught on quickly. Damn, he's fast. As we continued to circle, as I would charge right into him, biting around his neck. As I wrapped my jaws around him, very much clamping down. As I would clamp down, we would continue to fight. I would very much see him. I would push myself continuously onto his side, ramming and bashing myself. We would continue to fight. Very much I would grab him around the neck and continue to push him to the side. He would have, well, how should I say, stopped and looked and roared once more and charged right into me, head first. I would continue to push back, biting around his neck and started to push him. Very much I was determined to get rid of him out of my territory. He didn't want to leave. As finally getting good grip around his neck, I would throw him. At least throw him a bit as he would go on his side. Roaring as I would roar at him. Very much him getting up and walking away. As he would look, as he would say, "I'll come back," as he would leave. Well, he said that he meant it. He meant that he was going to come back. So he got prepared to fight and prepared. So I very much went back to Rexy. Very much should see I had some scuffles marks all over me. None that were gashes but they're healing quickly, usually as usual. For once, those damn monkeys did something right. For once, if it was monkeys, I had rapid healing. And I guess tissue regeneration too. And I guess so did my mates. She would walk up to me saying, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine. I had an encounter with another Rex. He was bigger than you. But he was a lot more experienced." I almost lost. "Did you smell anything on him?" "I smell the scent of another Rex, but that's it." Cypher is a female. "You sure?" "Uh-huh, I'm sure." Very much as I would be saying, we would very much look as we would continue to talk. As I would lay down, as Rexy would be by my side, we would fall into sleep. Very much, I remember getting another dream. What the hell? And I'd see a woman. How do I know it's a woman? I didn't know. I just knew it was. She looked very familiar. Her scent was very familiar, calming, sweet. As she would walk up to me, "Oh, my sweet Izuku, look at you, all grown up. I'm proud of you. I hope you know that I was never disappointed in you. You fulfilled your dream. Izuku, remember, I will always love you, no matter what. You are my only son, my sweet little boy, my hero." So I could feel her touch my head. I knew I was still bigger than her. I could see it. She noted it. She knows. You might look different, but just remember, you're not alone, Izuku. I'll always love you. As I wake up and the coat's wet. What the hell? Again? I look towards my side to see if Rexy's awake. She's asleep. Good. As I would slowly lift myself up, make sure not to wake her up. I don't want her getting worried about me. She's mostly always worried about me. That's what I get for getting someone as being cautious as her. Even though she's adorable sometimes, but can be very, 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 very sadistic. And she's a pretty good fighter too. We got on a couple of small little matches between the two of us. Somehow she always came on top. I always kept losing to her. I guess her just being a better fighter in the end was just easier for her to do. So things were, well, the same for me. I didn't really have anything else to do. I walked around. It was still night. moon high. I can see the bright luminous moon. Very much as I would go. I'll think I'm kind of hungry. So I'll walk around for a scent of any prey. Triceratops. Oh, Triceratops really nice. I could bring a bit for Rexy. But first it's time for me time. As very much I would look as I saw Triceratops. Get in position. Ready. As I charged at it. The Triceratops didn't even see what was coming. As I ran into it, going for its neck, seeing as it's the softer side. And it has a weak point there, so it can be impaled by those three foot horns. As I'm got the Triceratops, I'll put my foot on its horn to make sure it doesn't use its head to completely use its weight against me. As I would continue this, I would continue putting weight on the head. As finally I can feel the life draining from its body, as it would be dead. As I'm eating, I would very much start to go through the carcass like my life depended on it. Damn, I'm hungry. But as I heard stomping, instead of feet, I would see that same bull. What the hell? He'll be here again. As, well, he would say. Look what we have here. You again. I thought I wouldn't see you. But hey, I kept my promise. I told you see me again. Lifting my head from Triceratops, I would look at him. I thought I taught you a lesson. What are you doing? Well, there's not enough food for the both of us. Fuss. And also, I need to take you out. You're a threat to me and my mate. So are you. I smell some Tyrannosaurus on you. You have a rest of the mate, don't you? Yeah? And so what do I do? What if I do? What are you going to do about it? I might take her after this. Not if I can help it. Oh, really? We'll see about that. As we circle each other once more. Circle each other, we would continue to cuss each other out. Very much circle each other. I can see he's learned. He's ready to fight. Very much already had my weak points. But I made sure to make my weak points my strong points. Now.
Watch TV.
Circle each other once more. Well, let's make an agreement. And what's that? If you can kill me, I'll give you my territory along with my mate. She's not that far from here. She's right over there. But if I win, I get your territory along with your mate. As I would. So we would stop to look at each other strange. I'll very much look at him as, I'll say, what if I don't agree? You have no choice. It's that or you back out, and you lose her anyways. I very much know that he's telling the truth. He would go to her anyways and try to take her and dominate her. And somehow I feel like he can dominate Rexy. I don't know how, but I don't want that to happen to her. Fine, I'll agree. But I'd like to know the name of the person I'm going to be putting down. Chomper. Huh. Chomper. Interesting. Well, that's something. Very much, I would look at him as he would look at me. Continue to circle each other. As we rush each other. Me use my upper body weight once more. He would use, as I'll use my upper body weight. But as I usually do. Very much he would start to push himself forward underneath my stomach. I did come up with some new tricks, though. Using my tail, I wrap it around his leg, and I'll make him lose a bit of ground. Then using my jaws to push him. As I would push him a bit, sort of push him to the side, as I would send him a bit, but he's throwing to the side. Very much him catching himself as he would look at me once more. He would very much glare at me, I'll glare at him. Rush right at each other once more. Bash. As trampling him down and grabbing him. Head smash. As I'll wrap my jaws once more around his neck. Completely pushing him back as... As I push back, ramming my head right into his skull, knowing that his skull might be a bit stronger than mine for now. Biting myself into his neck and pushing him. As I continue to push him, very much I can feel him slipping. He didn't know I had these tactics. As I would continue pushing him, making him go sideways. He didn't think I would push him sideways. As this is when I would use my foot to push him back. Then using my tail to wrap around his neck and throw, and using it to fling him a bit, a couple of feet. After that, he would have crashed to the ground. He would get up, rushing right at him and smashing my head right into his side. I'll very much wrap my jaws around him, and I would start to suffocate him. As I suffocate him, I would stop, and as I would continue to put my foot on his neck, submit. As he would very much say, "Why did you kill me?" I don't feel like killing you. I just want you to submit. As he would very much say, "I submit. You win." As I'll let him go, he would get up and start to walk. Very much, I'd see his mate walking towards him as she'll be panicked, asking if he's okay. Yeah, very much, they'll talk for a bit. As they're talking, I can see that I told her what I say. I won in the end, but I didn't choose to kill him. So, very much I would looking at them, seeing them talking to each other as I was, I guess, sniffing a scent in the air. Turned my head towards behind me to see my mate, seeing Rexy right behind me. She'll have a smile on her face, seeing that, well, she was happy. I would be pretty happy for myself as well. I survived. Now look at the Rex as very much.
Hey, good night, Nurse. I mean, we're not going to sleep, but we're just going upstairs, okay?
Very much I would fight back. Fighting. I would continue to bash. As I remember me and him bashing, he adapted very quickly to the fight. I was so surprised, even though the fight was over. I should come up with new tactics to defeat my enemies. Very much as I saw the other female Rex who walked towards me and say, you want a deal. I should say as very much says, you don't have to come with me. You know that, right? You can go with your mate. Deal's a deal, deal's a deal. I might fall in love with him, but I will respect his wishes. Very much, I'll say, alright, that's your choice. Very much, she would walk towards us. Well, as I can see the buck male, little chomper, walk through the shadows to continue his life. I very much followed one of my new mates, Rexy and now known Radio, would get along very quickly. Very much, we would have been a good group. The three of us were okay. There were no problems between the three of us. We did everything almost together. We hunted. We stayed around each other. There was no problems between us at all. We seemed alright. Things felt okay. Felt calm. Felt like nothing was really bad. Until we heard a roar. This was a couple of months ago. Rexy's been on edge. I can just literally smell it on her. I completely tried to calm her down at times, but she acted so paranoid so many times. It's like she really wanted to find out where that roar came from. So very much, it's been a couple of months since the last roar of that animal that made Rexy so paranoid. I'll be on a cliffside looking over, seeing the sanctuary, how it's grown, how it's expanded over the years. Since that little fire, since 3 years ago. As Randy would come back to my side, I should say, she's still paranoid, very much. Yeah, I know. It looks like I'm gonna have to find out what's out there. You sure that's safe? If it's okay, we can come along with you. Whatever's out there is calling her, tempting her. She's very much trying to hold out for us. You just stay with her. She needs you. I'll do my best to help by finding out what's making the sound. As I would turn my body around, and as I would make my way towards the sound, where I last heard that sound. knowing that my two mates will be completely fine. Very much they love each other. Very much. I know they would take care of each other. Well, all of us are in a romantic relationship, three-way, right? And so what if they love to be in their own way? It doesn't matter, I don't really care. I love them, they love me, they love each other. Ugh. T-Rex love each other. Rex loving a Giga love another Rex. It doesn't matter. But whatever's out there doesn't like it. And it wants to split apart. And very much is taunting Rexy. And I don't like people who taunt her. I don't like dinosaurs who taunt her. Makes her feel unsafe. I want her to feel safe. I want her to feel like she's happy. Very much I would look around, smelling for the scent. Anything that would tell me of what. Stopping and looking around, I would see nothing around, nothing to make things too complicated. Huh. So why does she seem so paranoid? That's completely, I would wonder what's going on with my mate. Maybe she just really is paranoid. No, she wouldn't be paranoid. She's too brave to be paranoid. And way too relaxed. Sometimes she can be uptight, but still, she's relaxed, calm. But she's too paranoid. Very much, I would continue to walk around. As I got closer to that, area where those hairless monkeys built. Very much I would get close as I can smell my Zeb scent. It's old, but I can smell it. I wouldn't forget it. I'll never forget my sister's scent. I very much would look around for, anything. Stopping to turn my head towards the right. Walking into the small little area, I would see nothing really. So I would walk around this area, very much wondering what's making the sound. I would hear a voice. It would decipher be female easily. So you finally found me. Surprising that someone like you found me. Well, as she chuckles, I guess you're her mate. Only reason why you actually come. Who are you? I would very much know that the voice is coming from right in front of me. Because that's where the scent's coming from. As the body will be prevailed. And I did not think anything else before. A blue dinosaur with multiple patterns of zebra or tiger-like patterns. Rexy would have said something about some creature that she fought. She said it had large arms like the Spinosaurus's. She said it had weird type of shaped teeth and poking out in multiple areas. She said it was white in color, but this had a bit of white. She said to watch out for if it had any quills or spikes. I really decipher and remember me all of what she said. As I would say, you're the Indominus, aren't you? As the dinosaur would chuckle, she would say, oh, so you do. So you remember me. You're supposed to be dead. I was dead until I was completely got a sample of myself. Until someone had a sample of myself, and with my consciousness reborn me. This new body, improved. as she would change into a red and white type of powder skin. Very much. I'm impressed that you knew how I was and what I am. Very much I would look at her saying, "You're a threat." Am I? As she chuckles.